Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. We've got another Friday the 13th update from Crystal Lake, of course, and it's given us a little bit more information as to what may have been when Brian Fuller was part of this crew. Now that Brian Fuller has been let go, it doesn't mean that things that we're about to discuss here aren't going to happen, because this is the sort of thing that possibly Brian Fuller left the groundwork, but whoever's coming in will replace him and continue on with this work that we have. Now, the first thing is, the production for Crystal Lake is reportedly $85 million. That's an average of $10 million per episode. There's going to be 8 episodes, or so they say. There should be 8 episodes at $10 million each. And they did say it's going to be around $85 million. So probably an extra $5 million for other things. But that includes, obviously, the casting, everything else, probably not marketing, but the production for season 1 at least. Now, another thing is, they did mention that they have plans for season 2 as well. So even though this is going to cost $85 million, a season 2 is already in the works as well, probably depending on how successful season 1 may end up. When you think about other Friday the 13th movies, apart from the remake from 2009, which did have quite a big budget, the rest of them have nowhere near the budget as an episode of this Crystal Lake. So in terms of the money that they're willing to put into this, then I'm going to suggest that the quality of Crystal Lake, I'm not saying the story or the acting, but at least the quality and production of it sounds like it's going to be top notch. Now, the biggest news that we get out of this is Charlize Theron is being eyed to play Pamela Voorhees. Now, that might not happen, of course, because Charlize Theron is a big name, and even when Brian Fuller was connected to the show, and if this was their main target, it doesn't mean it's definitely going to happen. However, when her name got mentioned in this, I can't help but think how great that would be to see Charlize Theron in the role of Pamela Voorhees. Now, she plays the sweet person, of course, in a lot of movies, but she's also played some monsters as well in her time as an actress. So I think that she could do a really great Pamela Voorhees, being that sweet, innocent woman, but at the same time flipping that switch and becoming this crazy person that ends up killing a lot of people. I will admit, I wasn't overly keen on an idea of Pamela Voorhees being the front runner in a TV series when we think that Jason Voorhees is the name now of the Friday the 13th franchise. Of course, Pamela was the beginning, but Jason really is the face of this franchise. But when you look at someone like Charlize Theron coming in and possibly being the main star, just like Vera Farmiga was the star of Bates Motel, then it leaves me very interested. I know that Brian Fuller was working on Hannibal. I've never seen Hannibal, but I'm getting the Bates Motel vibes from what I'm seeing so far with Crystal Lake. Obviously, Norman Bates is the main character in the Psycho movies, but his mother does play a major role in Psycho. But then when you watch Bates Motel, she plays an even bigger role in the TV show. And I think that's the same with what could be the case with Crystal Lake. Having Jason Voorhees as the main character, but then you would have Pamela Voorhees, who you would think would take a back seat. But because Charlize Theron is coming in, she might take a bigger role. I wouldn't mind if they do a 50-50, both of them being the main character, if both of them appear in this show. But the fact that Charlize Theron's name has been thrown out there, I'm just thinking, this could be great. In that latest article from The Wrap, where I'm getting this information from, it's still not concrete as to what's happening. They're still saying that there's still hope for Camp Crystal Lake. There's still hope for the show. So it doesn't mean anything. It could mean that the show still doesn't make an appearance. The show might still not be made, which means there is no Charlize Theron. So it's still up in the air at this moment in time. We still don't have anything. It's still not being filmed. However, I still have hopes now that if they can get someone like Charlize Theron on board, more people will come in, more people will be accepting of the show. And I think a lot of fans will be thinking, do you know what? I'm interested in it. Now, we have mentioned this a lot of the times, and we see it online as well, that we're all discussing what's the tone going to be, because it's A24. A24 and Friday the 13th are completely opposite, and I think that's one of the reasons why Brian Fuller was possibly let go, because he had a difference in how he wants this show to go. I'm not speaking for all the fans, okay? But it seems like half the fans want Jason Voorhees going about killing people, and the other half want an A24 style show where maybe Jason kills people, but you've got Pamela Voorhees giving that psychological spin to a story that's very basic. And when you've got a basic story and you want to try and elevate that a little bit more, then I'm on board with that. But then when you've got fans who, like, look at Halloween franchise. Halloween has a franchise fans of Michael Myers fans and Halloween fans. Michael Myers fans don't want to see movies like Season of the Witch or Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends and Season of the Witch takes it above Michael Myers stabby. There's more of a story arc to that, more of a story arc to Halloween Ends, which is why that movie is divisive, because it splits fans. There's fans who just want to see Michael Myers killing people, but there's fans who want to see a little bit more than that. And I feel like Crystal Lake can do that as well. I think Crystal Lake might give us a little bit more depth to it. And if it does that, it means that half the fans who only want to see Jason might go, oh, I just want to see Jason Voorhees killing people. But then other fans might go, I'm interested in this because we're now getting a bit of a story. Either way though, guys, if the show gets made, I will be there on day one. However it gets released, I'll be watching it from the first episode to the last episode, whether it's good or whether it's bad. But if it doesn't get made, then so be it. We can wait and wait and wait. The owners of Friday the 13th, Victor Miller, Sean Cunningham, they can do what they want. But regardless of what happens, they'll be losing money. We're losing nothing but good content. But at the same time, if they want to make money, give us something. So what are your thoughts on that, guys? Do you want to see someone like Charlize Theron come in to Crystal Lake? Would she maybe put you off because she's maybe a little bit too A-list for something like Friday the 13th? As always, guys, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon.
Meeting adjourned.
I'll be right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played Skin the Cat?
Someone's in the back!